Not every place in New York offers the same quality of life. While the state is home to some incredible cities and towns, there are also communities that struggle with high crime, unemployment, aging infrastructure, and limited economic opportunities. In today's video, we're counting down the top 10 worst places to live in New York based on crime rates, cost of living, job market, education, and overall quality of life. Let's get started. Starting off at number 10 is Niagara Falls, one of New York's most famous tourist destinations. While millions of visitors come here every year to see the breathtaking waterfalls, living in Niagara Falls is a very different experience. The city has a population of around 47,000 and has struggled with economic decline for decades following the loss of manufacturing jobs. Housing is relatively affordable, with average home prices ranging from $120,000 to $220,000, and rent typically falls between $900 and $1,400 per month. However, lower housing costs are offset by limited employment opportunities and lower average household incomes. The job market relies heavily on tourism, healthcare, and retail, making career growth more challenging compared to larger New York cities. Schools generally receive C-level ratings, although there are some higher-performing schools nearby. Crime remains one of the city's biggest concerns. Property crime is above the national average, while some neighborhoods continue to experience higher violent crime rates. Although the world-famous waterfalls, state parks, and nearby Canadian border provide excellent recreational opportunities, many residents point to the city's aging infrastructure and limited economic growth as major drawbacks. Niagara Falls may be a fantastic place to visit, but for many people, it can be a challenging place to call home. At number 9, we have Jamestown, a small city located in western New York with a population of around 28,000. Jamestown has a rich manufacturing history, but like many former industrial cities, it has experienced decades of population decline and economic challenges. Housing remains inexpensive, with average home prices ranging from $100,000 to $200,000, while rent averages between $800 and $1,300 per month. The city offers employment opportunities in healthcare, manufacturing, education, and local government, but overall job growth has remained relatively slow. Schools receive C to B ratings, depending on the district. Crime rates are higher than the New York State average, particularly for property-related offenses. Residents appreciate the city's parks, museums, and local events, but limited economic development and fewer entertainment options make it less attractive for younger professionals. Jamestown may appeal to those looking for affordable housing, but limited job opportunities and economic challenges keep it on this list. Coming in at number 8 is Newburgh, located along the Hudson River with a population of approximately 28,000. Newburgh offers beautiful waterfront views and historic architecture, but it continues to face significant social and economic challenges. Housing prices typically range from $250,000 to $450,000, while rent averages between $1,500 and $2,300 per month. Its location near New York City creates commuting opportunities, and the healthcare, education, logistics, and public sectors provide local employment. Schools generally receive C to B ratings, with performance varying across neighborhoods. One of Newburgh's biggest concerns remains crime. While the city has made progress over recent years, both violent and property crime rates remain higher than many other communities in New York. Despite ongoing redevelopment projects and improvements to its downtown waterfront, many residents still face concerns about safety and long-term economic stability. Newburgh has tremendous potential, but its higher crime rates and uneven neighborhood conditions make it one of the more challenging places to live in New York. At number 7, we have Syracuse, a city in central New York with a population of around 145,000. Syracuse is well known for its universities, healthcare system, and rich history, but it also faces challenges that affect its overall quality of life. Housing is relatively affordable, with average home prices ranging from $180,000 to $300,000, while monthly rent typically falls between $1,100 and $1,800. The local economy is supported by education, healthcare, manufacturing, and government jobs. Recent investments have created new opportunities, but income levels remain below the state average in many neighborhoods. Schools vary significantly, with ratings ranging from C to B+, depending on the district. Crime rates are higher than both the state and national averages, particularly in certain parts of a city, although many suburban neighborhoods remain much safer. Residents enjoy museums, parks, sporting events, and the nearby Finger Lakes region, but concerns about crime, aging infrastructure, and long winters continue to impact daily life. Syracuse may offer affordable housing, but its public safety concerns and uneven economic conditions place it at number 7. At number 6 is Utica, a historic city in the Mohawk Valley with a population of around 64,000. Utica has experienced gradual revitalization in recent years, but it still faces economic challenges and population decline compared to other cities across New York. Housing remains very affordable, with average home prices ranging from $170,000 to $280,000, while rent averages between $900 and $1,500 per month. The job market is centered around healthcare, education, manufacturing, and logistics. Although new investments are helping the local economy, job growth remains slower than the national average. Schools generally receive C to B ratings, with educational quality varying by neighborhood. Crime rates are moderate to high in certain areas, especially for property crime, though several residential neighborhoods remain safe and family-friendly. Residents appreciate Utica's diverse culture, local restaurants, parks, and easy access to the Adirondack Mountains. However, limited economic opportunities and aging neighborhoods remain ongoing concerns. Utica is a city with potential, but its economic struggles and public safety issues make it a difficult choice for many homebuyers. At number 5, we have Schenectady, a city in New York's capital region with a population of around 68,000. Once known as a major manufacturing powerhouse, Schenectady has made progress through redevelopment, but parts of the city continue to struggle with crime and economic inequality. Housing prices typically range from $220,000 to $350,000, while monthly rent averages between $1,200 and $2,000. The local economy benefits from healthcare, education, technology, and government employment, with nearby Albany expanding career opportunities. Schools generally receive B to C+ ratings, although some districts perform much better than others. Crime rates remain above average in several neighborhoods, particularly for property-related offenses, despite noticeable improvements over the past decade. Residents enjoy theaters, museums, restaurants, parks, and a revitalized downtown, but neighborhood conditions can vary significantly depending on where you live. Schenectady offers growing opportunities, but safety concerns and uneven neighborhood development keep it in the middle of this list. At number 4 is Binghamton, a city in New York's southern tier with a population of approximately 47,000. Binghamton offers a low cost of living and several colleges, but it continues to face challenges related to economic growth, population decline, and public safety. Housing is among the most affordable in New York, with average home prices ranging from $160,000 to $280,000, while rent typically falls between $900 and $1,500 per month. The local economy is supported by healthcare, education, manufacturing, and government services, but overall job growth has remained relatively modest. Schools generally earn C to B ratings, with some higher-performing districts located outside the city. Crime rates are higher than the national average, particularly for property crime, and certain neighborhoods experience more safety concerns than others. Residents enjoy nearby parks, rivers, museums, and outdoor recreation, but limited career opportunities and slower economic development continue to affect the city's overall appeal. Binghamton offers affordable living, but ongoing economic and public safety challenges make it one of the more difficult places to live in New York. Taking the number 3 spot is Buffalo, the second largest city in New York, with a population of around 275,000. Buffalo has experienced significant redevelopment in recent years, with new businesses, waterfront improvements, and a growing healthcare sector. However, despite this progress, the city continues to face challenges related to poverty, crime, and aging infrastructure. Housing remains affordable compared to most major U.S. cities, with average home prices ranging from $220,000 to $350,000, while monthly rent typically falls between $1,100 and $1,900. The job market is supported by healthcare, education, finance, logistics, and manufacturing. While employment opportunities are improving, some neighborhoods still struggle with high unemployment and lower household incomes. Schools vary widely, generally earning C to B ratings, with suburban districts performing much better than many schools within the city. Crime rates remain above both the state and national averages in several neighborhoods, particularly for violent and property crimes, although many residential areas are considered safe and continue to improve. Residents enjoy professional sports, museums, waterfront parks, and a growing restaurant scene. Still, harsh winters, neighborhood inequality, and public safety concerns remain challenges for many residents. Buffalo offers affordable living and increasing opportunities, but its uneven quality of life places it at number 3 on our list. At number 2, we have Rochester, one of the largest cities in upstate New York, with a population of approximately 210,000. Rochester is known for its universities, healthcare institutions, and rich innovation history. However, the city continues to struggle with high poverty levels, crime, and population decline in several neighborhoods. Housing is affordable, with average home prices ranging from $180,000 to $320,000, while rent typically averages between $1,100 and $1,900 per month. The local economy is driven by healthcare, education, technology, and manufacturing, offering stable employment opportunities. However, economic inequality remains a significant issue. Schools generally receive C to B ratings, although suburban school districts tend to perform much better. Crime remains one of Rochester's biggest concerns. Certain neighborhoods experience violent and property crime rates that are considerably higher than state averages, although many suburban communities surrounding the city are much safer. Residents enjoy beautiful parks, museums, the Genesee River, cultural festivals, and a growing food scene, but concerns about safety and neighborhood conditions continue to affect overall quality of life. Rochester has many positive qualities, but ongoing crime and economic challenges make it one of the more difficult places to live in New York. Higher than the national average in several parts of the city, particularly for property crime, while some neighborhoods continue to struggle with public safety concerns. Although Albany offers museums, parks, historic landmarks, and easy access to the Adirondack Mountains and Hudson Valley, many residents feel that the combination of crime, aging infrastructure, higher taxes, and uneven neighborhood quality reduces its overall appeal. Albany isn't a bad city for everyone, but when considering affordability, safety, quality of life, and long-term growth together, it ranks as our number 1 most challenging place to live in New York. And finally, taking the number 1 spot as the worst place to live in New York is Albany. As the state capital, Albany offers stable government jobs, universities, and healthcare facilities. However, despite these advantages, several factors prevent it from ranking among New York's best places to live. Home to around 100,000 residents, Albany has average home prices ranging from $250,000 to $400,000, while rent typically falls between $1,400 and $2,300 per month. The job market is relatively stable thanks to government agencies, healthcare, education, and technology. However, many residents cite the high cost of living compared to wages, aging neighborhoods, and limited economic growth outside the public sector as ongoing concerns. Schools generally receive B to C+ ratings, depending on the district. Crime rates remain higher than the national average in several parts of the city, particularly for property crime, while some neighborhoods continue to struggle with public safety concerns. Although Albany offers museums, parks, historic landmarks, and easy access to the Adirondack Mountains and Hudson Valley, many residents feel that the combination of crime, aging infrastructure, higher taxes, and uneven neighborhood quality reduces its overall appeal. Albany isn't a bad city for everyone, but when considering affordability, safety, quality of life, and long-term growth together, it ranks as our #1 most challenging place to live in New York. So there you have it, the top 10 worst places to live in New York. While every city on this list has its strengths, they also face challenges such as higher crime rates, economic struggles, limited job growth, aging infrastructure, lower overall quality of life. It's important to remember that every community has both good and bad neighborhoods, and many of these cities are working hard to improve through redevelopment and economic investment. If you're planning to move to New York, researching specific neighborhoods, schools, and local amenities is always the best way to find the right place for your lifestyle. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Which city surprised you the most on this list? We'll see you in the next video.